Welcome back to my channel, guys. On today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make a simple but yet delicious chicken with cashew nuts. Guys, I had my nuts soaking. They've been in this water for about 3 hours now. Some people like to boil them, but I like to soak them just to get them a little soft. They are raw, guys. Okay, they're raw. So I let them soak, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I incorporate it into my chicken. Now we're gonna go ahead and season the chicken. My chicken is nice and clean. And for those who might not know how to wash or clean off your chicken, I do have a video on how I clean my chicken, guys. I will add to my chicken my Haitian epis, and I do have 2 different videos on how you can achieve this epis. And I also like to reserve some of the lime, fresh lime. And now, guys, I will add my chicken base. Okay, guys, it looks like it's a paste. Since I do not use Maggi anymore, I substitute that for my Maggi. And what I will add is some black pepper. And you can add as much or as little. And this part here, you can season your chicken however you like. These are just some of the seasonings that I like to use. Okay, guys, I'm going to use some paprika, because this chicken I will not fry at all. So this is going to help with the color. And also, I like to use a little seasoning salt. And keep in mind, my epis is nice and tasty, so I don't want to over season this at all. And if you're not good with eyeballing your ingredients, start off with just a little, and then I'd rather you put less seasoning, and then go ahead and adjust it as you go on. I'm going to use just a little bit of my timashon, like that. And that's about all the seasonings I will use. Like I said, my epis is very tasty. My chicken base has salt, and I use the seasoning salt, so this is perfect. So you're going to go ahead and stir it. And you can let your chicken marinate overnight, or you could just cook it right away. As long as your chicken is nice and seasoned, you don't have to marinate it. All right, guys, I have my stove on high. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my seasoned chicken into my pot like this. Then I'm going to just shake my water in here, but I'm not throwing this out, guys. I'm going to use this just in a few, but we just want our chicken to sweat out just a little bit. And to this, I will add a few cloves, like that. I will also add some thyme and some fresh parsley that I washed already, guys. And also I have my Scotch bonnet that I rinsed off as well, guys. Just gonna add that in there like that. And I did forget to add one seasoning, so I'm just sprinkled just a little bit of my adobo on top of here, just a little bit, if you notice, just a little bit like that. And so we're gonna just cover it, and we're gonna let it sweat out, and you're gonna see how it produces all of its own natural juices. And we're gonna let that cook for maybe about, I would say 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'll go ahead and add this liquid in. I'll be right back. All right, guys, it's been cooking for about 5 minutes now, so it's good. And if you notice, it has its own little sauce in there, which is fabulous. What I like to add is just some fresh garlic. So I'm just gonna squeeze some fresh garlic in here like that. Okay. Okay, we got fresh garlic in there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the liquid. Make sure I get all the seasoning. And if you notice, guys, I just want to show you that I'm not adding a lot of water at all, because it's going to continue to render some juices. So we're going to let this cook. I'm going to put the lid back on, let it cook until halfway cook. I'm not going to cook them all the way through. I'm going to let it cook halfway, so maybe for another 10-15 minutes I'm going to let them cook, and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. And I want to mention this. I'm going to let it come to a boil, but I'm not going to let it cook on high, guys. Once it begins to boil, then I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove to a number 2. So I'm going to let it cook for about 15 minutes on a number 2, which is like a medium low. Okay, so we're gonna slow cook this to make sure all of the nice flavors penetrate our meat. And also, if you notice, I have little slits on the meat, so that's gonna help the seasoning go into the meat. So this way, as you eat it, it's nice and flavorful all the way to the bone. So I'll come right back and show you what I do next. All right, guys, our chicken has been cooking. We do not want it to cook all the way, because I want to be able to give it some color before it, so it won't break, because we don't want it too soft. If it's too soft, then as I'm giving it color, it's going to go ahead and break. So I let it cook halfway through. I'm going to remove it. Remove the Scotch bonnet, guys. And what I will do is just go ahead and pour all of our out like that. I'm turning my stove back on high, guys. All right, guys, now to the pot, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little grapeseed oil. That should be good. And to my oil, I will go ahead and add some tomato paste. Okay. Like that, guys. And what you want to do is cook your tomato paste out. And if you notice, I didn't add that much tomato paste. I will go ahead and add my tomato. I had a small tomato that I cut in half. So I'm going to also put my tomato in like that, guys. And we're gonna let this cook out. All right, guys, it's been cooking for a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken in. And we're gonna allow the tomato paste and the little bit of oil we put in, we're gonna allow that to give our chicken a nice color. Okay, so I'm gonna just let this kind of cook and get a little color for about a few minutes. Let me just go ahead and stir it, guys. And if you notice that it's getting a little dark, all you would do is just add some of your liquid, just a drop of it, and scrape the bottom, and then rotate your chicken and just let it sit until it gets this nice dark color. Well, not too dark, but just a nice color. Okay? All right, guys, just want to show you quickly what I'm talking about when I say once it gets dark. If you notice it's starting to get a little dark under here, I'm just going to add just a little bit of our sauce in here like that. And I'm going to use my spoon just to scrape all of this nice flavor that's on the bottom of our pot. Okay? And then you just rotate your chicken. And if you notice, my chicken is already starting to get a nice color. It's almost there, but I'm going to let it go for maybe about a minute more or two. Meanwhile, what I will do is go ahead and add in my cashew. And we're going to allow them to cook the rest of the way with our chicken. I mean, everyone has their method of doing it. This is the method I like, but you can do it however you want. If you want, just boil it, and then once you get a color, then go ahead and pour your cashew on top. But this is the method that works for me. Okay, so once it gets a little bit more color, I'll come back and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, it has been coloring for a minute now. It's looking fabulous. So now I'm going to go ahead and add back on the side. I'm going to add back my thyme, everything, the liquid. I'm going to add it back. And this is the time you want to go ahead and taste your sauce to see if it needs any more seasoning or salt or whatever you think you may need. Okay, I'm gonna just let this cook just a little bit more, because remember, our chicken is not cooked all the way. I just wanted to stop. Okay, so now we're gonna give our cashew time to cook along with our chicken for about 15 to 20 minutes more on low, guys. Okay, let me give it a quick taste. Guys, now that's delicious. That is delicious. I don't have to add any seasoning. It is fabulous. Turn my stove down. I'll put my lid back on, then I'll come back and show you what I do next. All right, guys, it's been cooking for a while, so our chicken is about cooked. What I will go ahead and do is add my onions, my bell peppers, and we're just gonna let the steam cook our onions just for about a couple of seconds, and then I'll come back and show you how to serve it. Here is our delicious, delicious, delicious chicken and cashew. It is absolutely outstanding, guys. It is fabulous in taste, guys. The chicken is nice and tender. Our cashew tastes delicious, guys. Until next time, please like, comment. Do not forget to subscribe.